What's the strangest rule your family had that made no sense until you learned the real reason? Ours was that you had to tap the doorknob of any bedroom 3 times and wait for someone to say, "Come on in," before stepping across the threshold. Even my own room. Even if I dashed out for a glass of water for 20 seconds, my parents would explain, "It's about respecting personal space and teaching boundaries," but that didn't add up. It's my room, my chargers, my clothes. Why should I wait for permission to grab a hoodie? My friends thought we were bonkers. At sleepovers, other kids would wander into my room like it was public space, and my mum would appear from nowhere and hiss, "Did you knock?" which made me want to sink through the floor. I started telling classmates my parents were hyper-formal control freaks. The rule applied to everyone in the house. Mum knocked on Dad's study door. Dad knocked on Mum's art studio. We all tapped before going into each other's rooms. And even the bathroom had the same ritual. Tap, wait, permission. If the door was wide open, you still knocked on the frame and waited. I'd stand in my doorway staring at my phone plugged into the charger on my desk and couldn't cross the threshold until a voice said, "Come on in." It was maddening. The worst was parent-teacher night when Mum would beam, "We insist on teaching respect for people's privacy." And I would wish for a trapdoor. Other parents either thought it was charming and polite or whispered helicopter parent behind their hands. Some said they wished their kids had those manners. Others rolled their eyes. College felt like liberation. No more ritualized tapping, no awkward explanations to roommates, no family eccentricities to defend. I thought I'd escaped it for good. Then, junior year, I brought my girlfriend Maya home for the holidays. She thought the tapping was quaint, like something from an etiquette manual. "So considerate," she kept saying. "Your family really values manners." That first evening, she played along without missing a beat, and Mum and Dad relaxed, pleased she'd bought into the custom. But at 2 in the morning, Maya stumbled up to use the loo, and, half asleep, she opened my door without the triple knock. Within seconds, Mum was at the end of the hall, her face drained white, whispering, "Did you knock?" Maya looked baffled and apologetic. When she said she hadn't, Mum's eyes went hard and she said, "We have to check right now." I assumed Mum was overreacting about the rules until we reached my little sister Lily's room and found the bed empty and the door yawning open. We followed a trail of slippers to the garage and there she was, wandering around in her pajamas, fumbling with the handle of the family car as if she were sleepwalking through a checklist. She was pulling at the lock and trying the key fob, totally unaware of our presence, moving with a focus that was eerie and mechanical. Maya grabbed my sleeve and breathed, "Is she awake?" And then my parents finally told us the truth they'd protected us from for years. Lily has severe night-wandering episodes where she doesn't just drift down the hall. She tries to leave the house and go out onto the street, sometimes attempting to get into the car and drive. The whole knocking protocol wasn't about etiquette at all. It was an alarm system they'd built into family life. Any ordinary knock and answer told them the movement was safe. A door opening without the tap-and-wait pattern meant someone was on autopilot, and they bolted upright, ready to intercept Lily before she made it outside. Dad said softly, "We've stopped her from getting out a dozen times. The tapping saved her every single time." They'd never explained because they didn't want Lily to grow up feeling like a caged child or believing she was a walking risk. The manner story let her develop without shame, while keeping her from wandering into traffic at 3 in the morning. That rule, which used to seem petty and controlling, was the quiet thing that held our family together and kept my sister alive.